Karen O'Neill from United Way, coming to you with our 3 p.m. chats hosted by Your TV. I have Teri Vanos on the line with me. She is the Executive Director from Children's Services, which is a multi-service organization. They focus on mental health and child welfare. So good afternoon, Teri, and thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us.
Hey, Karen. Happy afternoon to us.
So how are you doing at home?
Well, let me just warn you that I've got my 2 dogs here, so I'm really hoping they're going to be well behaved and not go on a barking fit. But we're actually coping pretty well.
Good to hear. Good to hear. And if your dogs join in on the call, Teri, all the power to them. So, you and I had a conversation not long ago about a misconception when everything closed down, especially school closures, that the public may have thought that Children's Services as well was closed down. I know that you're working from home as well as many of your staff, and in fact, I'm enjoying working with I think 9 of your staff every Thursday morning on our check-ins. So, can you talk about that? Because you said that there was a misconception and that the public thinks there are no services available right now.
Yeah, we've been working really hard to get the message out that in fact we are open and we're available for support. We did, in kind of the height of COVID reaction, definitely make a decision to swiftly move to working from home. And so our staff have all been set up and equipped with all kinds of amazing technology and resources to be able to continue to do the same kinds of support we've been doing out of our Grand Ave office from home. So we want the public to know we're here. Your calls or inquiries can either come to us by phone or electronically by email, and we will be very responsive. And we can continue to set up different ways to be able to make sure that we're getting help out to families and kids and youth in the community that need it.
Oh, fantastic. And we also talked about, and you weren't the only staff person from Children's Services that I spoke to with regards to this, but the worry and concerns that you had for families in light of now everyone being so isolated. Can you expand on that a little?
Yeah, I mean, think about how you're feeling yourself, just in my home and in my family's homes, the way that we've been reacting, first of all, with the period of uncertainty, just really not knowing what the pandemic means for us, the impact on supplies and the resources, and then the request and challenge to really physically distance and to stay in our homes. So that's had a significant impact. And I have a fairly small household to worry about, but I often think about larger families and the impact of the weather turning to more sunny days and the desire to be out and for kids to be playing and having to understand what it means to stay home and to physically isolate. And then I think about the other pressures that come to families who aren't able to know about their income or their housing security. It's a challenge to get around and about town to get meals and everything, or to get food, and everything's taking longer if you're having to stand in line. So really recognizing for folks that it's pretty normal to feel more stressed and to feel more anxious and to have some bigger worries. And then to wonder about there not being any services available to help with those kinds of worries. And I have to say, Karen, I really want to give a shout out to United Way and for bringing the social service network and the helpers of the community together so that we can have conversations about how we can truly be most responsive and to use our resources wisely to make sure that all families, regardless of what their situation is in the community, has access to support and resources. So cheers to United Way for leading that, but making sure that families know it's really normal to feel stressed and anxious, regardless of your social situation at this time. And there are lots of helpers out there. So, picking up a phone call, it might not be the right number, but someone at the other end of that line is going to direct you to a resource or make sure that resource gets to you.
It takes a village. We at United Way fully understand that, and we want to ensure that the existing structures that are out there have the resources that they need, and you can't do that unless we all come together and work together to a common goal. So, and I thank you, Teri, for the support that you've been giving us. Every Thursday morning we have 9 of your support staff helping us and guiding us through taking notes and helping to summarize the needs findings out there. And so thank you. Like I said, it takes a village, and nonprofits really know how to work together. So that's been a really interesting and good process. So do you have any tips that you could maybe share for parents or children out there? Like you talked about stress and anxiety being, a high up there. Is there anything that you would recommend?
Well, we've got a couple of, there's been great advertising. If people are following social media or watching any kind of platforms with resources available, there's tons of stuff out there virtually. And if that's a comfortable way to connect, there's your website, our website. We have tons of resources. We have stuff on our site that addresses different developmental ages and stages. So you might have a little one at home, and you're just dealing with that pressure of being a new parent, up to adolescence and early adulthood. So we've really made sure to try and make sure that we've got both our resources that we've put together, but links to all of our social service partners in the community, because they've got good stuff out there as well. So I would say, welcome people to check out our website and then follow all of the links to the many other resources. But if the virtual stuff is just too overwhelming, because everything's happening virtually, school's happening virtually, counseling happening virtually, even healthcare appointments are sometimes happening via a screen these days. So part of the tip that we would offer would also be to take a break from your technology and just try to get grounded in something that helps you feel centered, whether it's just breathing some fresh air, having a walk around the block, getting in touch with something that soothes you and helps you feel comfortable. And it's a good time to do some more basic kinds of things, maybe having a slower paced day and being able to enjoy a meal as a family when you haven't had that luxury before. I think one of the things we want to convey to families who usually have a pretty active lifestyle is to use this as a pause and to really appreciate disconnecting from some of those day-to-day pressures, and to not feel that need to fill every moment with activity or structure and routine, and to just take a breath and focus on what's important. So those are some of the tips that we offer, and we've got lots more tips and ideas. So I would really encourage people to check out our website.
Those are great tips. In fact, really, I'm going to take some of them home myself. I have a 16-year-old and a young adolescent, and it's just it's interesting times, that's for sure. So yes, good tips. So you mentioned our website, and I'm glad that you did, because I do want to end off on this. So for any of you out there that are looking for help, looking to help out, or looking to donate, please visit our ckgives.com. And Teri, if you could please, go over our website and find, resources that will be helpful on there. And we would love to be able to link people back to the resources that you were just talking about. So thank you. And thanks for joining me this afternoon. It was really nice to see your face.
Great. You too, Karen. Take good care.
I will. So thank you all. CK, please join us every day at 3 p.m. hosted by Your TV. We'll keep you updated on what's happening in the community. Have a great day. Stay safe and informed.